Alex from Stratified here, and I'm going to do a quick walkthrough our aux fuel system for the MK6 GTI. So basically here it is installed in our development car. It's been here for thousands of miles. This is a little bit of a prototype system, and our full kits are basically ready to go. But I wanted to go over what things look like when you're looking at this kit. So first of all, we'll start over here. Is the most visible part, really. This is the controller, and the controller has a wiring harness and a vacuum tube. The vacuum tube is your boost reference, and it actually comes from a BRA right here that this case is manufactured by Cobb. Fits really nicely, and then there's the vacuum line that feeds the pressure signal to the controller. The harness is actually very, very simple. We wanted to make this as simple as possible to install. So we have a plug-and-play harness for engine speed right here. This will determine the engine RPM, and then the pressure signal will determine the boost level. So that's going to give you the 3D mapping. This is a true fuel system. In other words, it does do proper 3D mapping with respect to boost pressure and engine speed, and then you can dictate for how long the injector opens. So the injector is actually tucked in here, and on the production kit these little standoffs that are silver are going to be black, so they're going to blend in even more. So if someone's looking around and not really knowing what they're looking at, they will have a hard time identifying that you have anything that's special under the hood, which is kind of cool, kind of stealth. So the injector that we provide is a 95-pound injector with a kit that you can go to a larger injector if needed. This injector should be able to take your GTI past that 400 wheel horsepower range, with the OEM system only being good for really low 300. So this is perfect out of the box for the majority of applications, and especially when trying to run ethanol blended fuels and so on. The integration is seamless via tuning, so we use the Cobb Accessport to tune the OEM ECU, and this controller is also tunable. It's got a tuning port that's covered up right there. It's USB, and then you'll be able to plug into this and tune it yourself, or if you buy a tuning package from us, we'll be providing the calibration on both the OEM engine side and this controller. They do have to have some level of handshaking so that the OEM system knows that you have additional fuel going in for smooth transition and smooth operation. So the power for the system actually comes from the OEM fuse box. So there's the add a fuse right here that's added, that powers the system, and we notched the fuse box here just a little bit to not get squished when the lid goes back on. And the ground for the system goes right here. So this is all covered in our instructions in lots of detail, but I wanted to kind of show it to you all installed. As I said, this is going to be a plug-and-play harness that just plugs in right there. It's going to be attached to the harness already, and then finally you've got just the injector here that you need to plug in. So very, very simple to do. Now, as far as the fuel supply itself, so this line that comes right here and across your OEM manifold is the OEM feed line, and it goes to your high pressure fuel pump, which is right there. All we do is we tee into this with a brass fitting, and then this T is what gives you a nice line with AN fittings that goes right to your injector. So that's pretty much it. That's the entire system integrated. The charge pipe that you see here that integrates our injector all obviously comes with the kit, and it's very stealth. It fits the car very nicely, and it provides the fueling that this car really needs to push to those higher horsepower numbers, whether you're running ethanol blends, bigger turbos with ethanol blends. I should also mention that the charge pipe comes with a water methanol bung. You can run this car with, let's say, pump gas and add water methanol injectors, so you have additional fuel from this additional injector, and you can also run water methanol injection on top. So you have a lot of options with this kit, and really the nice thing is that this car really needs more fuel. It's a great responsive engine to modifications, to bigger turbos, and that addition in fuel is what it really needs to extract the performance from these modifications.